Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJ Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. It's the beginning of November 2023. That is going to be more than 3.5 years of Torah every day, of friendship every day, of finding each other every day. I've been broadcasting for the last number of days from Jerusalem, where I am part of a rabbinic emergency solidarity mission to Israel being run by UJA. I am humbled to be part of this work, and I am so grateful that you're all here. Linda and Barry, it's good to see you. Let's start with a good morning, then I'll say a bracha for learning, and we'll orient ourselves in our moment. Carl and Chana, it's good to see you. Boker Tov. I hope that all of you are safe. I don't think anyone's well, but I wish you wellness. Ashley and Arlene, it's good to see you. Boker Tov to everyone in New York. Yes, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in Jerusalem. Sharon and Amy, it's good to see you. Barbara, I'll give everybody one more second or so, and then I'll start a bracha. Keith and Natasha, glad that you are here. Hope that you are safe. Joyce, half full week means Shabbat is nearing. Ron, good to see you. All right, friends, let's take a breath. Hi, Natalie. Let's sing a bracha. Hi, Heather. And let's learn some Torah and connect our hearts. Ya lai 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 lai, didi ya lai lai lai, didi ya lai 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 lai, ay ay la lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah la'asok b'divrei Torah hafoch ba v'hafoch ba la'asok b'divrei Torah. Didi ay lai 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 lai, didi ay lai lai lai, didi ay lai 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 lai, ay ay la lai lai. Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. In part because it's really nice to have the regularity of our community, 917 weekday mornings in a row. We are here, we are here, we are here. I want to start with just letting you know what has happened today already here on the Emergency Rabbinic Solidarity Mission of UJA. And I hope that you'll take the time to look, you can look at my social media feed on Instagram and Facebook mostly. You can look at many colleagues who are here. I hope that you'll follow them. I have a lot to say, and I want to do it in the context of Torah. We have a wide variety of rabbis who are present on this mission, and of them, one of us reflected this morning, and I'm so sorry, my brain is scattered. I don't remember who. Shared the beginning of this week's parsha, Vayera, which happens right as Avraham has circumcised himself. Make those uncomfortable jokes another time. Sitting in his tent, and God visits. It says, Vayera elav Adonai el Avram. And it is an extraordinary thing to see the intensity of the text here, because God showing up is a strange thing. It happens in very pivotal moments. But what was noticed by my colleague is that when God shows up in a moment of Avram's own woundedness, his own need for healing, God doesn't say anything. Just shows up. And in so many ways, that's what we have been doing these days. I think we've only been in Israel for 2 days, and we're leaving late tonight to head back to New York. Complicated to say to head home, but we'll be on our way home. And last night we had a gathering with some of the greatest religious leaders of Jerusalem, with all of us, and some new Olim. I had the distinct privilege, humbling moment of sitting with 2 new Olim, one from Turkey on one side of me and one from Ethiopia on the other side. And I was speaking with the Ethiopian young man, and we got to know each other a little bit. And I said, "How long have you been in Israel?" And he said, 3 months. I said, "Did you land July 12th? And his eyes got wide. Why did I ask him? Because I was there on the ground at the tarmac at Ben Gurion when he landed. Because UJA helped fund the flight that brought him home and is now supporting him in his learning at Ulpan Etzion so he can learn Hebrew." So I want to start with those tears. I want to start with those tears. The power of sharing with this young man from Ethiopia who I was privileged this last summer, 3 months ago, to be present and welcome in the name of our people, to sing my father-in-law's music, Am Yisrael Chai, as this young man landed, and then to sit with him at a table in a moment of great distress, and for him to say to me, "I choose to be here. This is my people." And for me to look at him and say, "We are brothers." That was last night, and then extraordinary moments of singing and prayer and unbelievable weeping. And then I met some other colleagues who are here from another solidarity mission being led by the Masorti movement, and we started processing, and it's going to be a lot of processing. But the most important thing I can say, friends, is that we showed up. We showed up, and we will continue to show up. I cannot tell you. It'll sound like a brochure, but I cannot tell you the impact I see UJA Federation of New York making. We are saving the state of Israel. It's nothing less than that. I'm so humbled to be part of this work. I'm so humbled that we all have been able to create this community in this way, on this platform, for these moments. I hope that you'll be part of the work that we're doing, make an extra gift, show up, come to the concerts that my holy wife has been generating on behalf of our people. My wife has been generating these concerts and donating her time. For those who don't know, my wife is Neshama Karlibach, and I hope that you'll attend the concert that will be this Saturday night at Romamu, being led by many communities to help support the efforts to bring the hostages home. And then on Sunday evening in Westchester, at Westchester Jewish Center, thanks to the Westchester Jewish Council, she will be performing again. All of the proceeds will be supporting our work to save our people. Let me tell you a little bit more about this morning. This morning, the rabbis met with a Holocaust survivor named Rena Quint. Some of you may have heard her story. She is extraordinary. And she, I don't know how she has all of the energy she does, but she made Aliyah many years ago, has a book about her story, and referenced the new survivors. She said, the survivors of Be'eri, a Shoah survivor, told us about the stories of the new survivors, and then mentioned a young man whose arm was blown off by Hamas because he was at the concert. This young man, Hirsch Goldman Polin. And I share the power of this mentioning. She didn't know that she was talking about Hirsch, but immediately after Rena spoke, and she stayed with us for the next program, Hirsch's parents, Rachel and Jonathan, came into the room, and I sat between Rena right here and Rachel and Jonathan right here. And Rachel and Jonathan and I have a million friends in common. And their children look like my children, and they're the same age. And with unbelievable eloquence and poise, on the 26th day since their son was stolen, and so many of his friends were killed before him, including a young man, his best friend in the world, who caught grenades with his bare hand and threw 7 of them back at the terrorists, and the 8th one blew him up. With poise, Rena right here and Rachel and Jonathan right here told their stories, and then we blessed them, and we sang, and we promised to create an unbelievable network of support that I hope you're already part of. We're calling it the Mosquito Network, because we have to be mosquitoes in the ears and the eyes and on the bodies of our elected officials every day. Today is day 26. What the hell is what Rachel said. And I looked to my left and I looked to my right and I shared this idea that in Jewish legend, there's a woman named Serach bat Asher who went with the children of Israel to Egypt and is mentioned actually right at the end. And the power of her story, according to legend, is that Serach lived for the 400 years of our sojourn in Egypt and was the only one who could tell Moses where to find the bones of Joseph, because we promised Joseph to bring him with us when we left, to not leave him buried in Egypt, but to bury him in our promised land. We needed to find Atzmot Yosef, and only Serach, because she lived long enough, could tell us. I looked to my left, and there was Rina, a Shoah survivor. And there to my right were Rachel and Jonathan fighting for their child, making the promise to bring him home, to bring Hirsch home. And I said, we learned from Serach bat Asher how to keep our promises. We learned from Rina's wisdom and Rachel and Jonathan about how to love our children and fight for their safety, survival, to fight for their release, to rescue them. We need to be very loud about this, friends, to bring our children home. And you might not know, there are 9 Arab Muslims who have also been captured. And Christians, there are people from 33 countries. This isn't trying to tell the world, bring the Jews back, which, by the way, should be enough. But the world doesn't know, because we haven't said it loud enough or frequently enough. But we made a promise. We made a promise. We will do the work, because they are us and we are them. And Rina is us and Rina is them. And I promised Rina that we are all her children. We will listen to her. And like what God does for Avram at the beginning of this week's Parsha, shows up. Might not have the words. We don't have the words, but we're going to have to find them anyway. We went from there back into the bus, and we decided as a group we were going to go to a military funeral for a young man named Levi Lipschitz of blessed memory. So we went to Har Herzl, where, if you don't know, Israelis who don't know the people who have died, and we lost many children yesterday fighting in Gaza. People are just going to funerals after funerals, 11 funerals a day sometimes. We went to Har Herzl for a young man who looks just like my son, who was a photographer. We heard the voices breaking. We said Kaddish with our people. And then the rain started. The heavens thundered. And rain like I've never seen in Jerusalem doused us all, soaked us all. I already checked out of this room, but the hotel let us back in so we could just get changed out of our soaking clothing. Your rabbis, friends, the rabbis of New York's communities, were soaked to the skin, standing arm in arm with our people. God's furious tears piercing the very earth. I don't know how to process this. I don't have the words. But I do know that God models what it is to show up. Whatever that means theologically for you, the Torah and the Midrash suggest that the holiest thing we can do is show up. So I'm asking you, friends, for our children on college campuses in need of dire help, for our children and our grandparents, babies and 85-year-olds still held hostage by Hamas, we have to show up. Music will help. We sang with Rachel and Jonathan and Rina. I sat next to Rachel as she wept. And I will never be the same. But I will sing in her name. I will pray in Hirsch's name. And I will show up over and over and over. UJA will show up over and over and over. Your rabbis will show up over and over and over until all of our people is safe. Our whole people. Nothing less. So I'm going to sing for a second, and I hope that you'll sing where you are. I'm not going to sing Hatikva. I'm going to sing what we sang this morning. And friends, please continue to share the links to work that is related to our people's welfare right now. Share it here as a comment on this thread. Share it on your personal platforms. Get involved if you aren't already. Show up. We need you. We need you. I thought I was broadcasting, by the way, for all of us. I thought I was posting on my social media for all of us back in the States or wherever we are. Do you know how many people have said to me here, I can't believe you came. Thank you for coming. We're going to show up. For our family's heart, we will show up. We will hold each other and fight for our people. Because we have to fight. And we are together in this. This moment is the rebirth of the Jewish people. Our wounded hearts tell us how connected we are. This is the rebirth of Am Yisrael. Be a part of that. Amplify it. Take charge of your own part. Because it's going to require a commitment on all of our parts to rebuild our people. We have been a fractured people for too long. We're done with that now. This is Achenu, a prayer about Jewish unity. The words are Achenu Kol Beit Yisrael. We are the house of Israel, Hanetunim B'tzara Uveshivya, in pain and sometimes captive. Ha'omdim bein bayam ubein bayabasha. We stand in the water and we stand on land. Hamakom Yerachem. God have mercy. And bring us into the light. Help us save each other. So if you know this song, sing. And if not, sing. And if anyone can find the words and post it on this thread, please do. I'll probably sing it again. If I'm blessed, I'll be on time. My plane will land on time. We'll sing it tomorrow. Singing for our children. Singing for our grandparents. Singing for Hirsch. Singing for Am Yisrael. Achenu Kol Beit Yisrael. Achenu Kol Beit Yisrael, Hanetunim B'tzara, B'tzara uvashivya, Haomdim bein bayam, uvein bayabasha. Achenu Kol Beit Yisrael, Achenu Kol Beit Yisrael, Hanetunim B'tzara, B'tzara uvashivya, Haomdim bein bayam, uvein bayabasha. Hamakom Yerachem, Yerachem aleim, Yotziem mitzara, lirvacha, umeafel aleora, mishibud legeula hashta, bagala uvizman kariv. Hamakom Yerachem, Yerachem aleim, v'yotziem mitzara, lirvacha, umeafel aleora, mishibud legeula hashta, bagala uvizman kariv. Hashta bagala uvizman kariv. May God free the captives. May we do our part to free the captives. Am Yisrael Chai. leaving tonight is going to be very hard. And the only reason it makes any sense is because the work we do and the work we will continue to do. Keep on supporting us, supporting our people, friends. We're there for you. We're there for your children. We are there for our grandparents and our teachers, and yes, our soldiers. This, bring them home. Bring them home now. Hashem, bring them home. So much love to you, friends. So much love. Please, make a prayer today. Okay. Not sure how to end this. So I'm just going to say, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being part of our work. Thank you for all of this love that you are showering on our people through the work we do. A lot of love. Am Yisrael Chai.